I am here today with the amazing scientist Albert Einstein. He moved from Germany to America during World War II. He did many things throughout World War II to help America win. He was also a professor of physics at Princeton University. He would go on to help make the atomic bomb, which would later be used for the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Today we will interview him to learn more about him and his thoughts on what his life was like. My first question to you, Mr. Einstein, is about your early life and what it was like.
Well, I was born at Ulm in Württemberg, Germany on March 14, 1879. I had my first scientific experience when I was 4 or 5, learning how a compass works. Since then, I have loved science. I started going to school at the age of 6 at a Catholic school even though I was Jewish. At the age of 10, I was accepted into the Luitpold Gymnasium in Munich, which focused on Greek and Latin over math and science. I was very unhappy with the education I was getting, so I took a course outside of school. I studied physics during the summer of 1895 in preparation for the Zurich Polytechnic. I failed the necessary exams for admission.
What was your days in college like?
I went to college 6 months before I was 18 at Zurich Polytechnic in October of 1896. I participated in a 4-year teacher's training program that would qualify me as a specialized high school teacher of mathematics and physics.
When did you graduate? What kind of jobs did you have right after college? And what were your first papers like?
I graduated in 1900. I couldn't find a job immediately, but I was able to be a part-time teacher at the University of Winterthur. I wrote my first 2 papers in 1901 and 1902, which dealt with the nature of forces between molecules. I was offered my first job in 1902 as a technical expert at the Bern Patent Office and got an annual salary of 3,500 francs.
What did you do as a professor?
I was offered to be a professor at the University of Bern in 1908. I resigned in the July of 1909 and became a theoretical professor at the University of Zurich.
What was your later family life like?
I married Mileva Einstein and had 2 children.
What were your accomplishments?
I changed the way researchers thought about the nature of light. I discussed the Brownian motion that helped improving the existence of molecules. I have explained what the regarding and dynamics of individual moving bodies are. I explained the nature of space and time. I came up with a theory of relativity. Lastly, I won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1921 for physics.
Well, Mr. Einstein, I cannot tell you how grateful I am that you gave us this interview today. Thank you so much.
Anytime.